what is really mindfulness? Now, there are so many articles out there and so much information around mindfulness. Mindfulness is sort of this buzzword in our culture that, is talked about so often. It's in the pop culture as well, and everyone's wanting to jump on board. And I am a big believer on mindfulness. There's so much research out there around how it really helps us with our anxiety, our depression, but also how happy and content we feel. So I'm a big believer in mindfulness. One of the ways that I look at mindfulness is really those simple, small moments where we can create space to slow down. That's kind of it. And I know it sounds super simple, but that's the reality. If I've gone for 15, 30, 40 minutes straight and not taken a pause, it's allowing me to give myself that rest and recovery break that I really need. The other thing that I really use mindfulness for is wanting to make sure that I'm slowing down enough where I'm cutting all the noise in my mind so I can tap into my intuition. Now, this can be really challenging for us, especially if we feel like we can't trust our intuition, or we feel like our intuition has been wrong in the past and why should I believe it again? But that noise around us is what's getting us really foggy in our brains and our minds, and allowing yourself to really giving yourself that pause to check in with your body, to really take a slow, deep breath, to really sit and just feel what you're feeling. That's mindfulness. So when I'm stressed, for example, my body and my mind is trying to get me to speed up because that stress is making me feel like I have to do something right away. It needs to be done this very second. And I'm speeding so fast that I'm not giving myself any moment to slow down. In those moments, however, what I really need to do is really genuinely take a quick break so that I can cut all the negative noise around me. Sometimes it may be my imposter kicking in, telling me I'm not gonna do it, or why do you think I'm gonna be able to do this particular thing? Or maybe it's my fear around this is not gonna work, or here's the worst case scenario that's gonna happen right this second. There's a lot of noise around me. And in that moment, over the years, what I've realized is I've allowed myself to check in with my body to really know how stress shows up for me. So for instance, when I'm really stressed, I hold that stress behind my neck. I also hold that stress in my shoulders, and I can just feel my heart racing really fast. Those are my instances of knowing I'm really getting stressed. Another way that I've allowed myself to tap into that intuition and instinct through mindfulness is really paying attention to how I feel with a particular decision. So if I think about what is going to happen once I make this decision, I'm really focusing mindfully on how my body is feeling when I make that decision. Generally, if I'm curious or if I'm intrigued by something or I'm wanting to learn more about it, that's my intuition telling me move forward. But if I'm like, everything in my body is like, don't do it, I also pay attention to that. And the only way, or one of the many ways that we can tap into our intuition, is really giving us a space to slow down. So at the basic core level, the way I think of mindfulness is we are allowing ourselves to slow down so we could cut the noise and then tap into our intuition. And then our role is simply to follow what is it that our intuition and instinct wants us to do. Let me know in comments below how you have utilized mindfulness to really tap into your intuition and instinct. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media at The Indian Counselor.